Hi, I'm Kristin Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? This has been something I have been working on for a while, you guys. Back when I was planning the podcast and I hadn't started, I asked my niece, who is obviously much younger, who should I have on? And her words were, Benny Drama.
Oh my God.
Which is how she knows you.
Thank you. What's her name?
Her name is Zoe.
Thank you, Zoe. I owe my career to you.
It took some time, but I've got Benito Skinner. He's been very, very busy, you guys.
Kind of like randomly. You picked the one time I was busy. Usually I'm not.
I believe
usually
you were
don't
at
do
Fashion
anything.
Week in Paris. I mean,
I did do
it was
that.
a very high level.
Well,
yes.
I did Jacquemus, which you had been to.
Oh,
you were at,
yes.
Yeah.
Do you not love Simone?
I love him so much, and I thought you were going to be there.
I wish I was
there.
there.
A little bit bamboozled.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I would have loved to
I
be
looked
there.
I looked around Versailles, and I go, "Where's my girl?"
I would have
Not
loved
there.
to be in Versailles with you, Benny.
Next time, holding hands.
Oh my God, yes,
Yeah.
babe, yes.
Yeah.
I just have to talk Simone into not putting me in butter yellow because it's like
do you
my
not like
worst
butter?
color ever.
Oh, I don't agree. I think you look so good in butter
Oh my God,
yellow.
you're incredible. But I mean, you can't say no to that man.
Well, of course not.
I mean,
hey,
my God.
who would? Look at him.
Right?
No,
Jesus.
whatever you want, Daddy.
I mean,
That's what I
right?
say. You got
That's
it.
what I said. It is
Yeah.
my least liked color in the world.
See, I don't see that for you. See,
Okay.
mine is like
You're
a
sweet.
like a mustardy color.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
you get
you're
me
right.
in that.
Might top it. That might top it. But they're
Yeah.
kind of equal with me. But whatever. I did it.
I don't
I did
think
it
you
for
have a bad
him. It's
color.
not horrible. I just did a job where that was their inspiration picture. Which was kind of funny.
And you went perfect.
When I
More
met
yellow.
the Jacquemus people, the inspiration picture that they had for me to do the opening of the invitation to go to the show was a Charlotte moment when I have a sweater tied over my shoulder in true preppy form.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Can you look like this?" And I was like, "Well, that was 25 years ago."
Like a version.
But I can try.
Yeah, I'm sure you looked
version?
literally perfect. Also,
You're
this
so
whole
sweet.
time is going to be me acting like I don't know exactly the scene you're talking about. Just to be like, of course, like my
Well,
peer.
Thank God you know everything because sometimes,
do.
as I was saying, and I do feel, and I don't know in what order to talk to you about these things, but like to me, you are doing all the things right now that are super fascinating in terms of our industry, where our industry is going.
Yeah.
You are on the forefront, Benny. Like
I'll take it.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
So I need
Oh my
advice from you.
I don't think you do,
Yes,
but okay.
I do.
Yes,
I
let's do
really
this.
do. I really
Okay.
do. So, okay, let me get this straight because I have now been on a crash course. Okay, first of all, let me just back up. So my niece says to me, Benny Drama. So I'm like, who is this person? I have to research.
Yeah.
So I start looking online. I see you, obviously, highly entertaining and interesting.
you.
I don't even know that you're in a show that you created at this point with Kyle MacLachlan playing your father. I mean, there's so many connections.
Absolutely. I mean, finally, I got Trey. That was what
You
I
got
need Trey.
Trey
I go,
in
Trey's
his-
my dad. Duh. This is
But
kind
you
of the
got him-
alternate universe. This is who
true.
he ends up with.
It's
I
true.
think.
And also he is more, it's like a more almost Kyle-like wackiness. Like it's a really
Absolutely.
good casting.
Yeah, thank you so
Right?
much.
Yes.
He's my favorite person.
He's adorable.
He's just perfect. We had so much fun. I was just with him recently, and
for the
he's-
A24 podcast, which I watched.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you.
Yes.
Wait. Okay.
You did
A
great.
journalist. Let's
Oh,
go.
I'm
you.
I mean, why not? It's
I get so
fascinating.
nervous because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you can do this podcast," but even this, I'm like, "You're my heroes." Like I grew up with your work. Like I'm just so. This is so. And for the first 30 minutes, it's just me being like, "I can't believe it's you," and my brain just being like, in hearing your voice.
Yeah.
People say that to you a lot, where it's like
Yes,
they hear
the
your
voice
voice.
is the
and
thing. Yes,
It's
yes,
just like
yes.
immediately. I'm safe.
Oh,
I love it. It feels so
that
good.
is nice. That is
But,
nice. I mean, I'm
yeah,
going
he's
through such a
brilliant.
thing, like to go back and watch your work from so long ago.
Yeah.
It's like therapeutic in so many ways,
Oh.
but it's also kind of trippy in a weird way. It brings it home to you how long you have been actually doing this.
I'm sure. And the kind of also like thinking of the stories of the days. And I think that's even like, I've done one season of a show and I watched it back and it's just funny being like, oh, I know what I felt like that day. Or I'm
Right,
like,
no,
ooh,
that's
I
what
was
you
puffy
remember.
that day.
To 100%.
Had sushi the night before.
Yes,
Puffy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
sushi's the worst.
It's,
okay.
I'm so, and I love it. But
I love
it's
it
just,
too,
it is what
and you
it
want to
is.
eat it every day, but it's not really the
There's
best.
a couple scenes where I go, could have
Listen,
used some ice.
I think you
But
look amazing.
So do you. You
All
always
the
do.
time.
Are you kidding?
All of the time.
Yeah.
Now, okay. I just want to backtrack in Benny World. So stand up or
Yeah.
YouTube or both at the same time.
It was same time, but actually I think it was Instagram first.
Wow.
Yeah, which was kind of, I was still in the closet in college
Right.
And my
like your
senior
show.
year,
That's what his show is about. If
Yes,
anyone hasn't
exactly.
seen it,
Yes.
it's on Amazon TV Prime. It's awesome.
so much.
It's really, really clever and
Thank you.
a version of this story that we have not seen.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I
Yes.
can't wait to, if we get to do season 2, I can't wait to make you come.
I will be there, baby.
Right?
You tell
I
me
feel
what
like you're
to
Aunt
do,
Linda.
and I'll do it.
I don't
Aunt
know. You're
Linda?
so, I need you.
Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like you and
absolutely.
Connie's sisters. I
Oh my
like
God.
that.
Yes,
Doesn't
I
that feel
love
right?
Connie so much.
She is, I got so lucky. My parents were
beyond.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, I started on Instagram with this thing called Dub Smash. They were like lip sync videos.
Okay.
And I loved doing that.
Do
But
you just have like creative energy that had nowhere to go?
oh my God, so much.
Okay.
I mean, even in this, I'm sure the comments would be like so ADD. I mean, I just like, I go everywhere.
Me as well.
I think.
Thank
and
God.
So, yeah.
Come with me.
Yes, let's go. Let's
Yes.
go on this journey. But yeah, I think it had been so suppressed, like a performative version of me that maybe only came out when I had like 2 drinks and was
Got
just
it.
with a girl and we
Yeah.
were like laughing and I could
Right.
kind of let it go.
Right.
But I did lip sync videos because I didn't want anyone to hear my voice because I was like, the internet will know I'm gay. You know? Even though I was going really low, I was like baritone. But so I was like, okay, I'll do this. And then people started commenting on them and sharing them.
Right.
And then I came out and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do a sketch that's like, I speak. And I think it's me as a New Yorker describing how to get somewhere. And so I was like me saying like from the L to the F to the T, you know, and I watch it back and it's shocking how deep I still was making my voice. Like it almost sounds like there's like a modulator on
Right,
it. Yeah,
right.
it's
Oh my
like
gosh.
a little, it's mortifying. But I had to rewatch all those
No, but
things
this
to get
is
back
so
into
real. You say
yeah.
it's mortifying, but I think it's important to say it is not easy in this world.
No,
To come out, to
Yeah.
be different in any way.
Yeah.
And sometimes it seems like we've made all these incredible strides forward, yet we continue to go back.
Yeah.
And even like my daughter's turning 14 and, you know, her friends, they're so worried, you know, about how they look and all the things. Like it's still so true.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just, it kind of breaks my heart because here I have been living in this world, you know, the Sex and the City world. Obviously, it's a very gay world in a wonderful way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I
you
like that
kind of
world.
feel the power of it at
Yeah,
times.
of course.
But then sometimes when you go back out of that bubble, it's shocking.
It's so nice to hear you say that because I think also, you know, there is this thing that I had kind of when we were putting out the show. It's some people being like, well, do people care about coming out anymore? Like, is that a thing? And my thing is, I'm like, yes, I think maybe we're in New York and LA bubbles.
Yeah.
You don't know what people are saying in locker rooms in Idaho still.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that with the administration we have, that they're saying that nice of things.
Right.
And really what I think, you know, even, I'm sorry to say this to someone who has a 14-year-old girl, but I feel like there is that, it's just one comment that someone says that just sticks with you.
Right.
And that's literally why I made the show. I'm like, it's just this group of kids in college that all got told this one thing about themselves. And it can be something as big as like, oh my God, I'm gay, no one can find out.
Right.
Or just like my hair is frizzy or I'm not thin enough. Or, you know, it's
Absolutely.
like, and then we have to create these full worlds around ourselves to make
Reaction
people
to
love
that
us.
comment. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
they still
I mean,
won't love us.
I know. And the truth is,
You know?
I mean, as you're getting older and you're going through all of the things that you go through, you realize that it doesn't matter if they love you, you find your people. And that's really all that matters.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is one of the things that I really respect about you, is that you've really done a lot of this publicly, like online and
thank
YouTube.
you.
I mean, that's not easy because
Yeah.
there are so many people who are so mad and critical, and their way, this is the way I'm thinking of it currently, their way to express themselves and get that out is towards other people online.
Yeah.
So for you, I worry, like you seem to be handling it great, but like,
yeah, sometimes.
I mean, how do you deal?
I'm sure you feel that too. I mean, oh my God, you're an actress who's done this for 20
But
plus
see,
years.
sometimes I
It's
can,
like
but we didn't have it, first of all, the whole time.
that is true. That's
Thank
kind of
God.
nice. You just read it in like one review, maybe.
Exactly.
Or like,
and
it's
you'd
like,
be like, oh, and then you just stop reading reviews, which you could do before everything was on that phone.
That's the problem too, because you want to see the good stuff. I want to know the scenes people loved or things that were making them laugh.
Right.
And then, oh God, yeah, I got one recently that was so vile. And I'm just like, God, I can't believe you even put that in writing. My thing that I'm trying to figure out how this would work, but I think if you're on the internet, it should have to be your full name.
I mean, listen, it would
I
make
feel
a
like
difference.
it should have to be your full name and it has to be like your driver's license or something. I'm
For
like,
sure.
I
agree. I do think there's a level of covering that enables people to be their most angry and mean selves.
And I get why people are angry right now. I mean, that makes sense to me. And I think that if I'm the punching bag, fine, just don't do it to my girls in my show. I'm like, that's where I'm like, don't you dare do it to anyone else on the show. That's where I get like,
it's hard, right?
So I'm like, how dare, like, but I feel like I learned this thing early, and I forget where I think I just saw it on like I'm sure like WikiHow told me how to do this.
Okay.
But it was like, if you see a mean comment, go and like respond to a nice one. And then it's like you're having the connection with someone who's like gone out of their way to say something nice,
which really good.
Is also not something that's common. Like people don't do that.
Yeah, because the nice people don't say that much.
No,
which
they're just
is
like,
why,
love it, heart.
Right, and the other thing gets amplified. Yeah. And that's such a confusing thing.
Oh, it's so confusing.
Right?
And you're like, oh my God. Someone told me I had dry lips one time. They said dry butthole lips. Sorry. That's where we're at. And I was like, so now every day, I was just in the bathroom and I'm like, can't have them. I'm like,
it really can lodge.
Me.
It can really lodge.
Oh, it's there forever now.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. I don't know that I have that because I have had so many negative comments for, probably the entirety of my career.
Jesus.
But I think the things for me that lodged in there where I had to create a thing around it, like you were saying with trying to be straight, overcompensating to cover the truth for so long, you do create like a whole persona or whatever. I think mine was relating to the thinness issue, which is, it's hysterical to say. I can realize that now, right? But like there were times when Sarah Jessica would be like, you have body dysmorphia. I'd be like, I don't think I do, because the world is literally telling me daily that I am pear-shaped. You know what I'm trying to say? Like so much, to the point where like you can't think straight. Do you know what I mean? No. But then you also, you have disordered eating. You're starving yourself. I remember fainting in a parking lot one time because I was on some crazy diet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then you're trying to work and remember your line, all the craziness, right? Yeah. And then for many years, someone asked me the other day, like, what do people say to you when they see you? And it's morphed over time, which is the best, right? Yeah. There was a good number of years when we were on like the old school linear televisions, right? Like HBO proper. And when people would see me on the street here or in New York, they would say, oh, but you're not fat. I know. And I know they didn't mean anything bad. God. They mean it as a compliment, right? But it's because I'm standing next to Sarah Jessica. Right. Like, I get that too. Or you're prettier in person. Yeah. And I'm just like, well, okay.
Or I always get, you're tall.
Yeah. No,
and I'm
I told
like,
everyone you were tall.
I'm like, okay. I'd be fine. I'm like,
you know what I think
would that be bad if I was 5'8"?
No, this is because I think now the culture is like weirdly knows so much about what we do, right? Yeah. So they know that all these other actors that they used to think were tall are actually not tall. I'm not going to name them right now.
Well, of course.
Right.
That's for later. Well, offline. Yeah, that's season 2.
Totally. But it's so there's like a weird cynicism about our industry and about us that then permeates the thinking and the comments.
Oh, that is such a, that is kind of explains everything almost of like, because even I do this podcast with Mary Beth Brown.
I know,
who's
I've
on
listened.
the show.
Yes,
oh my God, you listening to our brain rot?
On the way here.
Have you heard us? Like, our favorite scene in Sex and the City is Charlotte saying,
I know, it's so embarrassing.
It's my favorite.
Embarrassing.
Okay, we'll save it for later. But I'm your wife and I'm sexual and I love you. Period. It's literally, that's the clip.
You knew how I was dying when I had to film that.
You don't understand, but it's like, it's so real. It's so the inspiration for overcompensating. It's like just being so vulnerable with someone and then they're like looking at a titty mag. It's like, what is this life? I cannot believe that you shot that show with no intimacy coordinator.
None.
That really is so, I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
I know.
I'm just like, that is,
but can I tell you the funniest
hell
part?
on earth.
But we have one now. It was, but it wasn't hell on earth.
Okay, that's good.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't. And I did get in some terrible trouble for saying something in jest on my own podcast.
Okay.
That I will not repeat.
It happens.
I know, my God, right?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that because you were telling the whole story that you'd be safe, but no,
it's just a little clip.
Safe.
Yeah. Or I'm finding that, I'm learning that every day. I'm like, do we need to post full video podcasts?
Right.
I'm like,
the more people know you, the more clickbaity you will become.
Absolutely. And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant.
That's not how I said it, right?
Or I'm not that serious about really that many things. You know what I mean? It's like, I just kind of said that flippantly.
It looks totally
exactly.
different.
It seems like I'm so angry.
Like a fact.
And I'm like, Oh, no. I was just kind of like having fun. And I think my back hurt.
Definitely.
Like,
Well, the thing that I said was in relationship to the intimacy coordinators. We were talking to Jenny Biggs, who one of our early writers, our first woman writer. And I was joking about Michael Patrick pushing me to do something that I was nervous about. Mm-hmm. And I was saying it turned out fine. But it's one of those things that in your mind, you build up like, I can't do it. I don't know. I'm scared. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And because we didn't have, the thing that I like about intimacy coordinators, because we do have them on and just like that.
Great, yeah.
But it's really hard because it's most of us who were together for all these many 30 years.
Yeah.
It's a weird change to have another person involved.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And it's very private, which is not, I think that's what, I was so fortunate because I'm the creator in the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I loved that I could have like private conversations and that all actors could have a private conversation.
I think that's the best part.
I think everyone thinks it's like in front of everyone, that the intimacy coordinator's kind of there on set, like watching you and, you know, it's kind of a free-for-all.
I've had one that was that way.
Okay, well that
was weird.
So there's a bad one.
Right.
So that's not one that should be working.
Right.
But I found like so much peace in it of like, I'm so nervous about this thing and I'm the creator and I don't want anyone to think I'm nervous.
Right.
I wrote it.
Right.
I'm like, what, you know, it'd be the thing where one of the girls would be like, you're nervous? Oh,
Right.
you're nervous?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
I'm going to be triple nervous.
Yeah, you made me do.
Yeah, totally.
So, and
you
trying
have to
make
definitely
sure.
keep it together, yeah.
And because I think even with Sex and the City too, there is something about it being at times sex for comedy.
Yes.
Which as an actor is it's so uncomfortable because you're like, no, I swear I'm good at this. You know, it's like everyone's laughing at me make out with this person, but like I'm actually like not a loser.
No, of course. And also
so...
you know that it's for the comedy, but as a woman, I would say the thing that was great, especially back then, was that there wasn't really sex for comedy like in the film or the TV, right?
Yeah.
So it freed you in a certain way that you didn't have to be all like, you know, fake seductress all the time.
Okay,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Which is like if you were auditioning for some big film, you knew there'd be some scene where you were gonna have to
fake seductress is so bad. There's so much of fake seductress in overcompensating and Sex and the City. That's the Venn diagram.
That is true. That is true. But
they're kind of like, isn't this hot? And they're like, no, not really.
And
you're being weird.
But that's the difference, right? Is that like it's called out rather than like the movie version. And the way that I like to talk about it, though I don't feel like I've really perfected it, but when we started the show, we as a group were unsure of what we were doing with the sexuality. Like, was it for the male gaze, which is what everything else had been. Yeah. There had not been something made for the female gaze of watching and performing and talking about something for them, right? Yeah. So like there's a scene in the first season, I think it was the first season, where I'm trying to get this guy aroused, and the director, I believe at the time, not sure, think it was the director and or the DP, thought that I was going to be doing this hand motion on top of the sheets. Oh. And I was like, no, what? Yeah. Like, what? That's really weird. Like, no.
That's bizarre.
Like, because also, you know, you read something, you have it in your mind, right? So in my mind, it was under the sheets where it should be, like on a television. What the heck?
You bring truth to it. It's like, this is,
Right. Yeah. And like, then you could use the comedy more to just be like, on my face, you can tell it's not working because you're obviously not going to show that it's not working.
No,
what the heck, right? Yeah. But this is the beginning, and it was also like 2 a.m. and Darren Star wasn't there, Michael Patrick wasn't there. It was like me and the director. Nobody was there. None of my girlfriends were there, right? Yeah. So I had to go lock myself in my room. Because there was no intimacy coordinator, right? There was no one to help me. I had to go lock myself in my room, call my manager in LA, and be like, what do I do? They want me to do a hand job on top of the sheets, basically. You know what I mean?
And they're just like, this career I chose.
Right. Like, is this a horrible, horrible mistake? No. Which I also had to call my manager about the outfit when I come out and I say, I'm your wife and I'm sexual, because that thing was see-through, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there was a conversation of should I wear underwear or not?
Yeah.
And I think that came possibly from Pat Field, because Pat Field is living out there on the edge at all times.
Of course.
Okay?
An icon living. Yeah.
100% an icon living every second of the day.
Yeah.
And I think for her, you know, she wanted Charlotte to be really out there.
Yeah, this is the moment. It's like it's kind of her like last this
hurrah,
is it.
Last
Come
stand
on. Like
with
this
Trey.
is my
absolutely.
Like
and sadly
this is
he failed. Yeah.
Swan
so
song
sad.
a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I did not think that I should do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
and
that's
also,
that's the converse. It's like almost having those conversations, like the thoughts of that, like having people to talk to that about, it's like that's almost sometimes all you need.
Absolutely. And that's what a good intimacy coordinator is doing. Like, what is your concern? You're in private. What is your concern?
Yeah.
What do you want me to watch for? What are you uncomfortable about? And then my thing that I always say, and I mean, usually it's Evan, right? For me, and obviously I know him really well. Yeah. But, I did something else right before COVID, which was, I think, my first time with an intimacy coordinator, and that was the questionable one. And she had come from a dance background, so her idea was to count us down like a dance number.
Oh, okay.
And we were like,
so no.
What is happening?
Yeah.
She was like, kiss, 2, 3, 4, roll, 2. And we were like, oh my God.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm glad we're on Dancing with the Stars.
Right?
I'm
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
I'd be so red.
With another, we
couldn't
were.
do that.
We were.
I can't do that.
But I was with another really veteran actor, so thank God, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that I had done, which was helpful in private, she said, what would you like, down here? Would you like, little patch? And all the different choices. And I said, well, what does he want? Because, you want to be on the same page.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Oh no!
Be wearing less. No,
I'm already scared.
No,
yeah,
because
he's going raw dog out, but they're like, sorry, no. But you know what? It's like, wait, I'm your son, and I'm sexual, and I love you. Sorry. Okay.
See, but I'm also Charlotte.
Totally. And I'm telling you, I'm always with Charlottes.
I love it.
I surround myself with Charlotte.
You do?
And I think I'm Charlotte Rising. We'll talk about it.
Okay, I want to hear. Anyway, we're way off, but it's so much fun. Oh my God, I love it so much. I don't know where to go back to. Gosh, it's good.
Oh, well, yeah, when what his version was.
Yeah, no, his version was cool.
Yeah.
We can go off him now because he's awesome, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining. It's going to be some fun kind of fucking clickbait. I can tell right now.
Oh, totally. This is us talking about sexual intimacy the whole time. They're like, interesting. Mine, the first time the tape.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was. This is terrible, but
Let's hear it.
I didn't know that there was like a pad also, or like a sock essentially.
Yes,
I was just
protect.
like, yes, and so I was like, oh. And the whole thing was sticky, so it just ripped all the hair off under my belly button, and I was like,
oh my God.
And I'm like crying in my trailer, and I'm like, oh my God. I was not. So then after that, more conversations with costume and the intimacy
Yes,
coordinator.
everyone needs to be involved.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that my very seasoned co-star who I was with, who I love very much, there was a towel.
Okay.
So there was like everyone was covered privately, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a towel in between, kind of like a traditional conservative Jewish situation.
Okay. I grew up with Mormons. I can figure that out.
Okay,
yeah.
About you. Oh my God, even more interesting. But I mean, it was more just for, protection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It was just cool.
No matter what, it's weird and strange. Yeah, it's just so
no matter
strange.
What. It's so true.
And it does get brought up so much. Like during press, I really was just like, oh, so many people ask about this. And
I think people are very curious, and I get it. I get it, especially if you are in something like your show or our show where there is sex. But let's get back to the business for a second, and then we're going to talk about the show.
Okay.
But, so this is what I'm super fascinated in. So you started just doing stuff on the Instagram with a different voice because you didn't want anyone to know you were gay from your voice, which is like so sad.
I know.
But adorable.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point you come out and you decide, okay, I can use my voice. And then you are more free and you start doing more skits and you put them on YouTube. Correct?
Yeah, it was kind of like the floodgates were open once I was out, and I met my boyfriend Terry, and it was like, he said, your Instagram's private. Like, you should make it public.
Right.
Because I told him randomly I'd met him, and I had never really said this out loud, but he's like, what do you really want to be? Like, I'm looking at your Instagram. You keep making these sketches. And I was like, I just like really want to be an actor, but I'm from Idaho. So that wasn't,
which is crazy.
Yeah. So it's just like, that wasn't on the menu. And then I went to school at Georgetown, which also, not a lot of actor alumni.
Not known.
And feels very like, you would go more into like government or journalism,
of course.
And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to not say it there either. And then for some reason in a park in Williamsburg one day to him, I was like, I want to be an actor so bad. And he's like, I don't know anyone in that industry. And he's like, I don't know anyone who's gone into it. He's like, you don't know anyone I think maybe the internet is probably the only way.
Smart.
And I thought I was like, that's kind of my thought that like maybe I'll like, do you just go viral and then you get an agent and then you're in a movie? You know, I'm like, I don't know how this works.
So
but
you just did it.
So
you
I was just like, yeah, I would go to work in the morning. I was editing videos for a startup, and then they paid for Premiere Pro on this computer.
Right.
So I was like, great, I have an editing software now.
Right.
So I would go, and then after work, I would go and buy a coffee and like make my videos for the rest of the night until like 1 a.m.
And then what happened?
And then it was like, I did that probably for like 4 or 5 months. And then I made this Queer Eye parody video. And that one kind of, I finally saw like, oh, like a lot of comedians that I loved were sharing it, and actors and the cast responded, which was like the first time I'd had that kind of connection. And they were all so sweet. And really, I think, you know, I've always come to comedy, and I hope that people feel this way of anyone I've done an impression of, that I never do something that I don't enjoy. Like if I love someone's music, I'll do an impression of them. It's never really coming from like,
mean.
I'm not pointing at you. Yeah. I'm just kind of like, this is an internet version of you, and like a, you know, my caricature of this persona.
We have been parodied so many times. And
totally.
Weirdly,
I haven't
hysterical.
done it, which is so crazy. I always wanted to do one. I don't know why.
You should totally do it.
Because I think for voices, I could probably do you and Samantha the easiest.
Totally.
But Sarah Jessica's hard. I don't know. And
she's a little hard.
Yeah.
You'll
and I feel like,
and then you'll be able to do it.
Then maybe, I'm like,
definitely.
It takes me like watching.
I remember the first time Saturday Night Live parodied it, and you're just like, oh my God. And then you're like scared, and then you're like excited. I mean, it really is flattering. It is true.
In the end, it's flattering.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've had some conversations with people I've done, and I think at first they think like, whoa.
Right, well, you're not sure.
You know, they're like, because I think that,
you know?
Naturally, I think we grew up, like I definitely did around a time where it was more like sketches on YouTube and things were a little bit meaner. Like if you were going to do a parody of someone, it was usually you were like really not, like, you know, you were mocking them.
Into pieces.
Yeah, and kind of going below the belt. And so I understood that people maybe came to my videos with caution and being suspicious.
But how did you know to put them on YouTube?
That was just something I was watching YouTube at work all the time, and I was watching makeup artists on Nikki Tutorials was like my number one.
They're great.
And like Jackie Aina, and they were all teaching me how to do Kardashian makeup because I was doing Kardashian. Like
you had to know. I get it.
I need to know how to do it.
It's very complicated.
It was so hard.
God.
And I was like, I kind of want to look. I want to try and look like them. And then I started to love doing makeup too. So, but it was just, I was like, okay, I feel like YouTube's a good place for this. And YouTube was never like my major. It was always Instagram.
I mean, you were
but I was
super
like,
smart to do that.
But I was like, great, we'll do YouTube too.
Yeah.
And then I started like a Zodiac series, and that kind of ended right before COVID. And then during COVID, I just like went full
It's incredible that you did this before COVID. Yeah. Like you were on it, man.
No, I really am like, I can't make any more videos is what I'm finding.
I get it.
As the show has come out, I'm like, oh, people keep finding old ones. And I'm like, that is not funny. I did not need to see that one again. But I love it.
Right, because you know, I mean, I'm looking at our work from 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
And it's good.
It's good, but occasionally there's something that doesn't hold up.
Oh,
and, you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
We grow, we learn.
Like, we grow, we learn. Society changes, sometimes for better, sometimes not for better.
But boy, you're cute. You watch it back and you go, I look cute. Are you ever like, I ate that day? You have to think that. You step out after you've had the miscarriage, such a devastating,
it's okay.
A devastating, but when you step out in that pink dress,
I haven't gotten there yet. I mean, I know the look. I'll think this is
explosive.
Back to my, thank you.
Yeah.
As you said, when you're watching your work, you have so many different thoughts that go through about the day you filmed, about what was going on in your life at that, like so many different things flood you, you know? Not necessarily objective things like I ate in that scene or whatever.
Yeah.
I will think this though, from the early, because I'm only in second season. I will think my hair looks great.
Oh yeah. And it always does.
That's what I think. I'm like, wow. They did a great job. Now, there's a couple questionable styles. And then sometimes I'm like, why am I wearing that eyeshadow? I think the most random weird things about myself. Yeah. I want to go back to YouTube for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Because do you know that the whole entire industry is like unbelievably obsessed with YouTube right now.
Wow.
Do you know this?
I kind of. I mean,
the YouTube numbers are super crazy in a way that none of the other streamers, with the exception of Netflix, which obviously has its own market share, they were way ahead.
Where the rest
HBO
of Max and Prime Video girls were, we're doing the best we can.
We're never going to reach either one of these two.
That's what they keep
and there's
telling
a lot
me.
of consternation. Yeah. There's a lot of consternation. But you very smartly put your stuff on YouTube. And then how did you go from there to your own show? I need to know.
Oh my God. Okay. So the short of it, kind of, because like I have to talk to you about 15 different Charlotte looks and scenes. Also, I have to tell you why I wore this today. It was a whole journey.
Okay.
But, okay. So it's
a good color.
Actually, thank you so much. It was a I almost wore butter yellow, but it's you see how my brain works.
You could pull off butter yellow.
No,
it was good.
No,
and
you could. So it was actually a very like New York story.
Oh.
Caroline's on Broadway.
Yeah.
Emailed me. I'm so sad they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think they haven't been in a while.
No, I don't think they are.
Which is so sad because that was such a special place.
Yeah.
And they reached out to me because of my sketches on Instagram and YouTube. And we're like, do you have a live show? Because we're doing New York Comedy Fest and we want kind of a range of different shows. And I was like, of course I have a live show. I was like, I need to pay rent. And I thought like, oh yeah, maybe I could do this to pay rent. Because I had gotten fired from this job. I had absolutely no money. My boyfriend let me live with him. I was just like, okay, cool. Yeah, great. I'll make a live show. So I kind of did like a stand-up boot camp.
Wow.
Where I was like, I'll say yes to every. And I had kind of been writing like stand-up lines for a bit, but not a show of what a show would look like. But I wrote this show called Overcompensating. And it was a stand-up show about me being in the closet in high school and college. And then it kind of wove in my characters and kind of my journey and how I felt like both really confident and then also like, you come out and then you're like, okay, so I'm gay, but also like, who am I as a person now that I've been so stifled, I think, for so long. So yeah, that was kind of my the I guess like ethos of that show. And then during that time, my agent reached out to me and he was like, I'm watching your sketches and they're starting to feel like more episodic.
Ooh.
So I was doing these Kardashian ones and they would be like Kardashian Christmas. I'm sure you're familiar. The classic Kardashian Christmas.
Yeah.
But and I was like, no, I didn't go to school for it, but thank you for reaching out. I'm like, always great to get a call from my agent. And he was like, no, just try it. You don't have to. He's like, you can figure out formatting later, but you're writing scenes. And so I was like, okay, great. So I went into my notes app and the first scene I wrote was this pregame scene with Benny, Carmen, and Haley. And I had a character at that time named Haley and it just like fully inspired the character as she is now.
Amazing.
Played brilliantly by Holmes. But yeah, I went to this kind of like core relationship between gay men and women. And I was like, I think when I met this girl in college, it was the first time I wasn't overcompensating so much. And I started to tiptoe out of the closet. And I'm like, I don't know if I've seen that relationship on screen in a while that shows how complicated it is too. Because it's very complicated like sexually and emotionally. And then in the end, I'm like, my girls like saved, my life and like changed my life.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And then how did it become a show?
Oh my God. So I wrote the pilot because I thought, internet boy, I got to just write this thing or else no one's going to believe that I can.
Right.
So I kind of went on a boot camp again. I watched the Shonda Rhimes masterclass. Yeah, my friend gave me her dad's login for masterclass.
Wow.
Thank you, Shonda. It's a fabulous masterclass.
I mean, clearly, it works wonders.
And I just was like, but also I also didn't learn too many rules of script writing.
Yeah.
So in my scripts, I like talk to the reader. Which I didn't know, like I try to make the reader laugh during it.
Right, smart.
Which I didn't, I was just kind of like, oh, I want this to be fun to read. Because I assume a lot of people are reading scripts they're reading scripts all day.
Totally right.
So I would say like, how that feels, lol. Or like things like that as, or I'd be like, I hate how my fingers feel right now. Or like, I would just say kind of like random.
Like intimate. It's kind of
very
intimate.
Pulls
the reader in.
Yeah. Where I would be like, I hate writing this scene.
Wow.
Or, so I left them in. And then A24 joined, and I felt so lucky for that. And then Jonah Hill and Strong Baby joined.
Wow.
And then Charlie joined the project.
Right.
And then we took it out and Amazon swiped her out.
What a lovely, incredible story.
Thank you so much.
It just gives me
so
hope
lucky.
For the young people out there who need to express themselves.
Yeah.
That it can happen.
It's like, and also, I didn't know anyone in the industry.
Right, that's amazing.
I think that's the beauty of the internet. Like I think also because I came up with like Broad City and Issa Rae and these people that did kind of come originally from like YouTube or Instagram or that or Twitter even.
Sure.
That I think it kind of has opened these like Hollywood iron gates.
It's
I
amazing.
think, in a way.
Right. They should never be iron.
No,
they should never be iron.
And yeah, but it is interesting because people bring that up a lot of like, what's it like to come from the internet? And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like another way to access this. Like many jobs, I think.
But also for you guys, that's what it is, right? For us, where the internet didn't exist when we started. I mean, it literally didn't exist. Like it's impossible. Like my children do not understand.
Yeah.
Like I keep trying to say like,
it's crazy.
We didn't have it. They're like, well, dude, when you were looking at your iPad, I'm like, no.
A printed headshot. Think about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That you spend so much money on.
Oh, of course.
And you had to reprint it.
And I still did. I paid an agent in New York, and someone was like, so just to be clear, you should never pay an agent to join. They're like, so you shouldn't pay an agent unless you yourself are making money. I was like, okay,
see, but that's also the
that was
joy
my
of the
last
internet,
dollar.
right? Is that like, thank God, because I do think there used to be, I mean, I would have friends who would go to like this class or that class or, like there were so many weird, almost scam things.
Oh, I
it
went
was
to
so
all
hard
of
to
them.
get in.
I'm very easily scammed, I would say, and I'm glad I can say that on camera.
Oh, good.
But
you're with friends.
I'm always like, great, yeah. I go,
totally.
oh yeah, of course I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did an acting class in like North Hollywood that midway through I was like, so I do think that this is a front for the cartel. There is something.
Did you ever watch Barry?
No, but I need to.
They totally have
an
acting class, and then there's a cartel, and
is there really?
There's some kind of connection.
Oh, okay.
I'm not remembering it right now.
Okay,
you might not have
that's
been wrong.
always on my list.
And
I
it's
need
in
to.
the Valley.
Okay. Oh yeah, then that's where I was. That might have been
really
what
funny.
inspired it.
I think you would like Barry because Barry has a real darkness about it that's really interesting.
And you can feel that in me.
I mean, not really, but you do have a lot of different things.
Oh, I will love it. Also, it's Bill Hader.
He's amazing.
Done.
Absolutely.
And Billy Eichner. Isn't he
it's
in there
amazing.
too?
Yes.
Done. I'm
so
in.
funny.
I need to watch more TV. I'm just kind of rewatching Sex in the
This
City.
is the thing. When you're doing TV, you have no time to watch TV.
No, and
People
sometimes
don't always
watching
get
it,
that.
my brain right now is like, oh, they paid so much for that
I
that
know,
sync.
right?
I'm
It's
like,
distracting.
oh, that needle drop costs so much money.
Right?
Or I'm like, oh, there's the brand deal. That actually was really beautifully done.
100%. No, it's hard, and especially when you know people. And I do try to watch my friends' work, but like I have to be in the right headspace. Do you know what I mean? Because like you can't give up and just watch as a viewer. Because you know them too well.
It is totally. Where I had that with Mary Beth at first.
Yeah,
I would watch
of
the
course.
show, and in the first episode, I was like, I think it was the first scene. I was like, oh, that's funny. It's us.
Oh, she's very funny.
And then, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then in the second scene, I was like, oh my God, like my girl did it. I
Yeah,
truly
yeah,
believe
yeah,
her.
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
we're so locked in.
And it's such a great character.
Yeah, I just had that with
yeah.
Too Much because Meg Stalter, I've known her for a while, and I'm like so proud of her. And the show is so amazing.
Amazing.
But
I haven't watched it yet.
At first, I was
it
like, I
looks
know
great.
Meg, so it is.
Right,
it does take a
it's a
second for
leap.
your brain, and then I was just like,
Yes.
oh, she's brilliant.
I mean, you want to support and you want to watch and you want to be able to talk to them about it, but at the same time, it's just a different part of your brain that you're using, I think, to watch. Let's talk about the show.
Okay, so there's this show.
Because you're so much fun,
Sex in the
Benny.
City.
I can talk to Benny about anything.
Okay, so I
Tell us.
just background.
Yes.
The first time I watched Sex in the City in its entirety was actually when I got asked by Caroline's to do that show.
Oh.
I was so nervous, and I was like, for some reason, I just think now is the time I'm going to watch it because I had seen episodes and the movies, but I was like, no, I'm going to do my like locked in. I'm watching it from start to finish everything.
That's interesting.
And it like got me through that time of like insane nerves.
Good.
And then also just like I was living in New York. So I really, it's the full fantasy.
Very.
And then I did it again right before I did Writer's Room for overcompensating.
Good.
And then when we finished shooting, I did it again.
Oh my God.
So I'm kind of
very
like,
impressed.
I can watch it. And it is me and Mary Best thing of like, if we can't find something, Hot Child in the City, let her rip.
Hot Child.
Let her rip. I think it's the best episode.
Wait.
I think it's one of the best episodes I really think it's one of the best episodes.
Okay, no one has ever said those words to me.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I think it is expertly crafted, and it literally feels like New York in the summer.
Well, can I tell you the story behind it?
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched it yet, right? And
okay.
there's certain ones where I'm like, I'm so curious how I'm going to feel about this when I watch it.
Yeah.
You know, some summers, like this current summer in New York, are like so hot, like
scorchers.
aggressively hot.
Yeah.
Like if you open the door, you're like kind of hit by a wave of heat.
Thick. Yeah.
Some summers, not so much.
Yeah.
we'd been filming. We would usually go to work in February. We'd be freezing fucking cold in our tiny dresses, trying to pretend that we weren't, trying not to see our breath.
Yeah.
We would work all through the summer and wrap in August. So we would get the beautiful spring and then the hot, and then we would go home and do award shows and whatever once that got rolling, right?
Yeah.
But then we go back in February and also freeze. So one summer it was one of those like 100 plus all summer, and we were just dying. I mean, we'd have to reapply makeup so much, and we'd just be like, oh, deliriously hot and tired and whatever. So they wrote the show, Hot Child in the City, for the next summer. Not hot.
Oh, it was cold. No. That's hell.
It was funny.
God laughs.
It was kind of funny. Because isn't there like a hose situation or something? There's
a hose.
Something,
there's
right?
Because Hot Child in the City ends on the rooftop, no?
Oh my God, yes. It was,
the iconic moment where you're in
it
the
is
like
hot.
little,
And then it got hot because that was like one of the last scenes we filmed.
It feels very
and the tar,
the energy is very
the tar was so soft that we got tar on all of our shoes.
Oh.
And Cynthia and I, you know how you do
those
like
roofs in New York are
right? You know how you get like gifts or food or things? We had decided that day. I don't know why we didn't talk to locations before we made this decision. We decided to bring an ice cream truck, but we were on the roof and it was a very tall building.
No.
Yes, so the ice cream truck's down there.
And it's
the
stairs.
crew's up
Is there
there.
no elevator?
And there's stairs because they've taken the elevator for the lights and the like the technical stuff. So Cynthia
you're like,
and
enjoy
I,
it, crew.
No, we're carrying boxes.
No.
Yes, like up and up and up and up and up.
I hope
we
this
wanted
is
them
Hot
to
Child in
have
the
it.
City. It is, right? I think that's in that
I think
episode.
it is. I mean, honestly, I haven't rewatched it yet.
I wonder. If I'm wrong, someone will come for me,
this
but
is
it's
the joy.
okay.
No one's going to come for you because what I've found in my rewatching is that people have different scenes that stand out to them from different episodes, and they might mesh them together, and that's cool. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, yeah.
It's about your experience watching it.
It's the world.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all, and it's funny that this is the episode we're talking about today because Charlotte stands out to me in this one because it's so, this storyline is, I
need to know your thoughts because I didn't remember the storyline at all.
It's
and
so
I was
iconic.
Like, what is happening?
I care about aesthetics. Isn't that her line or something? It's so, talk about a good hair day for you, that brunch.
It looked good. It looked good.
Really
I was into my hair.
Really
hair.
good.
Yes, my hair is finally growing out from the haircut they made me get for the pilot.
No, it's so cute. The hair in the pilot, there's so many different takes on hair in that.
Well, because
really
we didn't have our people yet.
Well, it's so interesting because Sarah Jessica's brunette, right?
Yes,
and kind
which
of
was
like
how she was.
Yeah.
You know, my color.
The change from episode 1 to 2 is really...
It's a lot.
The pilot culture is so...
Pilot culture is
that's
amazing.
crazy.
Right? It's crazy.
And then
I
you
think
don't
for
know.
her, because she was in very much like a Broadway, you know, like I'm going to be myself. I mean, I thought she looked amazing that way,
Well,
but I think Darren
always
really
looks
had
amazing.
Candace in his mind, right?
Yeah.
And I think Sarah Jessica was like, I'm not going to be playing Candace as Candace because this has to be my own character, right? So there were certain things that she took, and she very much knew that world. But then I think there were other things where she was like, well, I want to be myself, right?
Yeah.
But then Darren was like, we're going to work on the hair.
Yeah.
And then, I've never told anyone this, but since you're here and you're you, so my hair was, you know, it's natural, pristine, pure, untouched color when we begin.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I want to say in second season, they come to me, the producers, John Melfi by name, and they were like, your hair is just, it's too dark. And I'm like, but what do you mean? I'm the brunette. Like, I'm the only one.
You're like, I'm the dark beauty. Yeah, what are you talking about?
And they said, it's hard to light. And I'm like, but what? Why? Like,
sweetie, that's your job.
What do you mean?
Go,
I know, right?
That's not my problem.
Let's just hold hands. So I had to go get my hair colored with highlights. I had never done it. I knew nothing. Okay. I took a huge canvas. Like, who should I go to? Who's going to be subtle? I don't want some tacky ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you
I
go? Did you
ended
go
up at Fakai. I ended up there, but I didn't start there.
How do I know that?
You know
what
on
I mean?
You're on it, babe.
Like, I don't know, like, my grandma's middle name, but I know that. You know, it's like, that's unfortunately what my brain is.
It's important information. Yeah. My current colorist started as an assistant at Fakai in New York.
See?
I know, you're there.
That's me and you.
So I get these highlights. They are very subtle in the beginning. They weren't enough. So come whatever season, I want to say third, we haven't gotten to it yet. At a certain point, I have kind of freakishly weird highlights that then grow out because no one really told me like you have to go get them touched up. I didn't have any gray then, right? I'm young, you know? So like we would be working.
Streaky.
I had no time.
It's like, okay, Charlotte.
I know. I had like a stripe, like a yellow stripe. And we were so tired. I don't think we noticed it because, you know, I lived in ponytails at that point because it was hot, right?
Yeah.
And I've got like a yellow stripe. No one even tried to fix it or color it or send me back or whatever. It's pretty funny.
It is like you can really, and I'm sure you're feeling this, you can see the things that are shot at the beginning of production and at the end. And when, it looks a little different.
It's so true. And especially like when you lose your mind because you're not sleeping, like all the things.
Some of the choices, I'm like, damn, okay, Benny was manic here. I like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm so happy to hear that other people are weird about hair because I have to say, I was like very specific of like, I don't want wigs and I want the dyed hair.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll be able to see it.
I agree.
I always see the bump.
And I'm also the hairline. Yeah. And also no one touches their hair when they're wearing a wig.
Yes, exactly.
That's
it just
not
doesn't,
right.
It doesn't have,
Right, because people touch their hair all the time.
Especially for a college girl, I'm like, it should just feel, so both Holmes and Mary Beth did dye their hair.
That was sweet of them.
Yes, was very sweet. And and we offered wigs, of course, we're like, if you really don't want to.
Right.
But I think also, to me, I'm kind of like dying for someone to tell me that. I'm sure, everyone's like, okay. But I kind of like, it feels like you could just get into the character. Like there's something about seeing it in the mirror and that shift, I think helps.
Changing your hair?
Yeah, like that feels so.
See, my problem was that I didn't think Charlotte would have highlights.
Well, I agree with that. and
that
I
was
agree
my
with
problem.
That. Oh, she would never.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was
Layers even seem kind of crazy.
Well, that was me kind of fighting for change.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, they would say to me 2 or 3 different things that I would just be like, man, you guys are killing me. They'd be like, Charlotte doesn't get angry. This was maybe for like 2 solid years.
Okay.
And I was like, you guys.
I think it's time.
Come on.
Yeah.
After all this.
Yeah.
All these dudes.
I think it's about time. Oh God, what episode is that? When your friend like, where is he?
I've been dating since I was 15.
Yeah,
where is he? I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's 3rd season. 3rd season in my mind is when we really were firing on all cylinders.
I mean, the show does know who it is immediately, I will say.
Definitely. I feel that too.
It is, I mean, what a delicious moment when you don't have any more directed cameras.
Oh my
That was crazy.
There are people who
But you
miss it.
test,
People,
not real fans.
I know, it's strange, right?
Because it's just like, it just takes away from these 4 iconic actresses.
Totally.
And
like, also you can't be with each other. You're like looking at a camera for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Totally. And when Carrie's talking to herself with voiceover, but then has to look at the camera.
No.
Poor Sarah Jessica.
Well, we say, hi, Fleabag, let's go. Every now and then I'm like, okay,
I love Fleabag. I love Fleabag.
It's my favorite show.
I just want to say one more time that I'm just so impressed.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yes, and I also really desire that you meet Michael Patrick King.
Oh, I'm dying to.
Because
I'm dying to meet my king. Are you kidding? I have so much to talk to him about.
Right?
That would be, you want to talk about an ADD lunch into dinner.
I mean, a fun lunch is how I would describe it.
Yes,
because he used to teach a class that Lena Waithe took for showrunners.
I'm so curious.
AFI.
Oh my God. I would love.
And she gives him so much.
Because my showrunner knows that Scott King, who I worked on this with, they know each other and only has the best things to say about him.
I'm glad.
I love all my
he's
kings.
Wonderful. The kings are incredible.
The kings are phenomenal.
Okay, tell me the looks you want to talk about, and then we're going to talk about the actual
so I wore a big pony polo today for you because Charlotte worked at Ralph Lauren model. I was an Abercrombie greeter, so real recognize real. Real recognize real. But I tried to find the sweater with my stylist. We were trying to find the original sweater that you wear when you're in the bookstore, I believe.
Yes, it's a breast cancer. So I don't think they're making it anymore.
They're not making it anymore. I would love them to reissue.
I agree.
I'm trying to find the sweater because I wanted to do a little tight little sweater.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. But this looks great.
We found this and I was like, okay, I think
it's good. It's good. It's good. And it's a color that's working.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm going to get you one.
Yes.
But okay, so a few of my favorite outfits.
Okay.
I love the Prada lipstick skirt.
I still own it, and I get it out for special reasons. Megan Thee Stallion came on the episode, as did Lena Waithe on the same day. I wore the lipstick skirt.
God, I'm in good company.
It was a day. It was a day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so exciting.
That's
so I wore the lipstick
iconic.
skirt. I only get it out for special things, but I do love it.
Okay. That
Thank
huge.
you.
Obsessed. Okay.
But can I also tell you, I chose that. I was flying back and forth a lot, and I was reading, old school paper magazines.
Yeah.
And it was in the Prada ad, and I had become a Prada fanatic at that point. I was like,
well, you're the Prada
Prada-holic.
girl. Like that, yeah.
I mean, I spent so much money.
The silhouettes?
Beyond.
Like, come on, they're perfect for
so
you.
Good for me,
yeah.
My business manager called me one time. He's really sweet. I've had him for 35 years. And he said, I'm just confused. Like, the Prada charges are so big. How many pairs of shoes can you buy? And I was like, Ron, they make other things.
Sweetie, you go, so there's sweaters, there's headbands,
Blouses,
there's scarves,
bags,
purses,
dresses,
wallets even. Now even keychains. I got one of those. And then it's like, and we haven't even gotten into trousers.
I know,
and
I had a discount, but that's how bad it was at one point. Yeah. But
when they start texting you, that's when you're like, on your birthday.
I know, you're scared.
You get more
scared.
texts from them from Miu Miu in Toronto. The Miu Miu in Toronto text me more than family, I would say at this point.
I've gone to the Prada in Toronto and Vancouver.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's better sometimes in Canada.
Vancouver,
right?
Prada. Mary Beth and I did a show. Oh, fabulous.
I spent a lot of money there.
Yeah, God, me too.
I know. See, I know that I have kids. I don't spend
your
as
son.
much. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had been looking at that and I was like, I need to have that outfit. And so I went to Pat and I said, I need to have this outfit and it would be great for when I meet Trey. She's like, no, we have to have 4 of them because you're falling in the street. And I was like, well, let's find 4 of them. She's like, I've called everyone and they don't have 4 of them. I'm like, let's call Europe. Let's call headquarters. Let's call Milan. Let's call, Canada.
China.
Let's call everyone.
Yeah.
The problem with China is in the Asian markets, all the skirts are shorter.
Oh.
I learned this from shopping at Prada Tokyo.
Okay.
Because the people are smaller.
You are? Wow.
Yeah.
I learned this from shopping Prada Tokyo. This is the best moment of my life. Like, I am in exactly where I need to be.
Baby.
I am exactly where I need to be.
I got the things home and I was like, oh, I can't wear this. I'm going to give it to my very, very small friend, Lauren.
Oh, my God. Okay, cute.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
She found them. God bless her. God bless her.
Legend.
And then I wore it to fall in the street with Kyle. And of course, I was so worried about the skirt that I didn't even get it dirty.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but they had to wet it down so it looked beautiful. Yeah, but
so you got to keep it.
The skirt survived. Yeah. Well, back then, I think now we get to keep everything that's in our contract. But back then, I think they just were nice and were like, what would you like to choose? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely had some actors steal, I would say.
Yeah, that happens.
I keep seeing Yates merch everywhere and I'm like, interesting.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, we potentially would make another season. So
keep it.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, and keep it clean.
I'm like, interesting.
Keep it together.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah, I know.
But I did keep a lot. So
right,
I have
and
to,
I bring back stuff too. But tell me other outfits you like.
Okay, well, I'm actually
so
curious what
curious.
your favorites are.
Prada skirt would be up there.
I mean, it has to be.
I love the Zach Posen Black Swan. I would never want to own it though, because it was very high maintenance, but I loved it.
Stressful.
Partly because I love Zach.
Yeah.
And Zach had come to that day. He was at a weird time with his business. He's been through up and down. Mm-hmm. And he came to the day when our first day at the library, when we were all dressed, and he was standing across the street with the crowds.
Oh my God.
We were like, is that Zach over there?
No. Oh my God.
Zach, come.
Yeah.
And he was so shy. I love him.
He just wanted to see. What was it like? Do you get so nervous before scenes when everyone's watching and paparazzi? Like that to me feels so
used to it.
Yeah.
You know what it is now? I think because we took time away, we appreciate them. And also there's like this interactive thing that happens.
Okay.
Like there's a scene this past season where Sarah Jessica and I are walking along. I'm wearing a flowered dress and she's wearing black and white and we're in the village. It was hot. And there were maybe 150 people on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
So amazingly helpful and quiet. Like we would say to them, like when we say rolling, can you guys be quiet? But it was a tiny street. It wasn't even like a big one, right? Or like an avenue or anything. And they'd be hushed.
Oh, okay. That's amazing.
So like you were feeling like yes, you have to tune them out somehow to be in the scene.
Yeah.
But it's respectful and they're part of it, so you feel like, they do really love us and respect us and want to be part of it, and we're happy that they're there.
That's so sweet.
Now, one time I remember, this is when it started to escalate, and I remember being like, what is happening? When we first started, we had no security. Sometimes we wouldn't even have like a green room area or a safe area to go except for our trailers, which might be blocks away, when you're filming in the city, right?
Yeah, of course.
And we would always shoot we would start at 5 a.m. on Monday, and each day would get longer and longer and longer till Friday. We were working until the sun came up. Because we had to stop when the sun came up because we were outside, right?
Yeah.
So Friday night, They have like possibly a 5-block walk and talk, all 4 of us. In the wee hours, they picked 6th Avenue in the Village.
Okay.
It's Friday night.
Okay, someone was playing games.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have no security. And they put our chairs in the gutter along 6th Avenue, right?
No.
So we're just supposed to sit there in our outfits,
Yeah,
you know,
eating
in
carrots.
between, eating. No, at that point, the McDonald's French fries are there. Friday night, we're like full
wait,
in.
that's so
Full
literally
in.
by
Yeah, like we would time it. Like, is it time for the
yeah.
McDonald's
Let's go.
run?
It's nugget
Where's the
time.
Diet Coke?
Oh,
I had my special Diet Coke.
crispy Diet Coke,
Yeah,
middle of
baby.
the night.
Not anymore, but
You
back
have
then,
that and
yes.
you go, God, I love being an actor.
Right?
Yeah.
But we had to get through 5 blocks, like up and down the curbs. You know, we're mic'd. Of course, our mics are between our legs. Don't get
Yeah.
me started.
Oh, God.
But
Yeah.
we also have to be loud. They're trying to boom us as well.
Oh,
We've got
no.
so much dialogue. You know, blah, 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 blah. And Michael Patrick wants a perfect, word perfect, no mess ups, no ad libs,
Okay.
and fast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, like old school, right? Oh,
30-minute episodes.
We are having
Come on.
some struggles, let me tell you. It's
Yeah.
a lot. So if we could get through 1 all the way, it would be amazing,
Yeah.
right? And I remember at one point it's going great, right? We're on cue, blah, 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 blah. This car drives by and these guys are like, Sex in the City, bitches! And we're like, damn it!
Yeah,
that
literally. God.
We were like, back we go.
that's-
So then at a certain point, I remember like we just couldn't, and people were coming and they're drunk. It's like the Village on a Friday
Yeah.
night. Do you know what I mean? So we went into this restaurant, you know, like the little opening, like for when it's cold, like the
Yeah.
door and then the door.
Yeah.
We were like hiding in there. And then they came out like, what's going on? We were like, could we please hide in here?
Yeah.
And then next year we had security. And
Security, a
yeah,
little
thank
close.
God.
Okay, yeah.
But most of the time now it's great.
It's
But I
respectful.
think that's because we have a greater appreciation, you know, of all
Yeah.
of it now,
Yeah.
right? We've had time away.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We understand it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have had paparazzi get into fights with each other, which is never helpful.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, but if they're not attacking us, we're cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's like, fine, take the photo and then.
Right,
yeah.
right. You guys, Benny's here, and I'm
having
in
the
love.
time of my life.
and I
I'm in love
can't-
with you.
Shut
I'm
up.
sorry. It's so, and we knew this would happen. Everyone in my life
knew it was happening.
this would happen.
It's true. So we're
Hi.
going to stop now and we're
Yeah.
going to come back. Please join us for our
Please.
actual recap of Old Dogs, New Dicks.
New dicks, baby. I was like, am I saying new dicks?
I know
That's
you
what-
might need to the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
time. You
yeah.
might need to because it's
Okay,
hard. It's
yeah.
hard. All right. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Come back and join us with Benito Skinner.
Love you. So
Otherwise,
fun.
Benny Drama.
Yeah.
Many different things we could call him.
Well, of
He's
course.
multi-talented.
And you better. Yeah, I love it.
And
Thank
I will.
you.